Well, joining us right now on AOA, let's learn more about BASF's Real Results Yield Challenge. Joining us to tell us more about this, he is BASF's Marketing Director for Crop Protection. Brady Spangenberg is with us. And Brady, it's good to talk with you again. I hope all is well.
Doing well. Thanks, Jesse, and hello to the whole AOA audience.
So tell us more about this Real Results Yield Challenge. I understand this is BASF's biggest trial program to date. Give us the background on this. Why now? Why the Real Results Yield Challenge, Brady?
So we announced this back at Commodity Classic for a couple of reasons. The first one was we know that in challenging economic times, folks usually don't experiment as much as they should, and I think in farming that can really come back to bite you when even if you're really sort of penciling out on the bottom line, there's still a need to see what works in a shifting environment, and that was one of the key things that we've seen in the past years, that you are almost 100% guaranteed to encounter some crop stressing event this year, whether that's drought stress, heat stress, wind stress, or disease stress, and especially from some unknown or unforecasted area. So we had examples of southern rust showing up in Minnesota as an example, or wind stress, sweeping across Iowa multiple times. So testing products for their impact on your crop is extremely important, especially in challenging times. And so that's why we really brought this to the market.
Well, and I know, thinking about some of those products in the BASF lineup and the suite of products you guys have, different fungicides that we've heard a lot about at Commodity Classic, for instance, and throughout the last couple of years. And I know that farmers who take part in this challenge could showcase some of the differences in their region and on their crops with some of those key products that they're using from BASF, right, Brady?
Yeah, we know fungicides can be a bit of a prove it to me in my backyard, in my local conditions type of a discussion. And one of the best ways to prove it is through doing a demo trial or a yield trial, based on the history that we have with over 1,000 demo trials across the Corn Belt in the Midwest and Mid-South. About 90% of those growers were satisfied and saw a yield bump. And so that just came from demoing. And what we found last year is that we only had 300 gallons of demo product go out. So there's something about it being a tough economic time. People are stretched time-wise. People, it's tough to plan early on when the weather's uncertain. So we said, let's start a yield challenge that takes some of that planning off the plate of the grower and the retailer, and let's put our money where our mouth is and say, if we don't perform, then it's on us, right? And so I'm pretty excited to report today we have over 345 retail locations that have already signaled their willingness to participate. That's over 1,000 growers already enrolled in the challenge, and that's it. That is definitely, you said at the beginning, our largest demo trial initiative in fungicides in a single season, for sure.
Fantastic numbers to hear. And I know for folks who maybe aren't signed up for the challenge yet, they could still register. There's a couple key milestones here on the calendar with the Real Results Yield Challenge that we need to highlight. Can you tell us about those, Brady?
Yeah, the first thing is talking to your local dealer. We're specifically looking at our performance-driven fungicide lineup. Veltyma, Revytek fungicide in corn and soybeans, or Revylok fungicides if you're in the Mid-South. And the first thing is start a plan with your retailer. And once you have that discussion and the products in place, go to yieldchallenge.bsf.us and enroll yourself as a grower, or talk to your channel partner and they can enroll you with the BASF rep as well. So that's the key deadline here in June. We just want to know that you're interested. And then when it comes to later on, as the crop gets growing and the product's been applied, we want to see a photo there in that July-August timeframe, and we want to hear from the growers. Did they have success? And so seeing some sort of yield result or yield map or yield estimate there in the Q4 window are the two main steps we're looking for.
So a few key milestones here. And again, to your point, folks can go to yieldchallenge.basf.us for more information. And I know as well with this whole challenge, there is a small little incentive for growers here to potentially win something cool, I believe, right, Brady?
Yeah, so the first thing we expect they will win is more yield.
That's of course the big thing. Yes.
That matters to growers everywhere, especially in challenging times. But the second thing is, for playing along and for submitting photos and telling and sharing part of your story as part of your entry, growers are enrolled for a chance to win one of 3 2-year leases on a 2025 Ford Super Duty F-250. So, we hope first and foremost the experience of working with your dealer on a plan to mitigate those stresses is really does pay off for the grower by the end of the season. And the second thing is we love hearing those stories and seeing our products out there in the field protecting those bushels all the way through.
It's just a little extra added incentive to trying to get better yields on your operation. BASF's Real Results Yield Challenge. And again, folks can learn more by contacting their local retailer or going to yieldchallenge.basf.us. Brady, any final thoughts you would mention or reiterate for folks today?
I would say we just appreciate everyone's commitment to growing a great crop. And we want to be there to help them do that. And I think especially with the way the environment is changing, with the incremental stressors or different types of stressors out there, it's really challenging us as an industry to plan and manage that crop all the way through. And that's really where planning these challenges together with growers and our channel partners will make a difference. So that by the time something bad happens, it's often too late to do anything about it. So we really want to be on the forefront in planning and supporting folks as they make some of their biggest investments of the season here in the spring and early summer.
Absolutely. And again, learn more, yieldchallenge.basf.us to learn more about the Real Results Yield Challenge from BASF. And with that, Marketing Director for Crop Protection, Brady Spangenberg. Thanks for joining us here on the show today. Always appreciate the conversation, Brady. We'll look forward to talking again real soon.
Thanks, Jesse. Thanks, AOA audience. Appreciate you.